Welcome, Tecmo Super Bowl fans. It's Week 6 here at the GBLAN Tecmo Super Bowl Tournament here on the Retro Sports Gamer channel. I'm Trojan1979, your host. I am happy to welcome, for the first time in the booth, but not in our hearts, the Tecmo Ninja, my color commentator. How you doing?
I'm good, man. How are you tonight, Troy?
Doing fantastic. Perfect Strangers is our theme for the viewers. Each team's going to have a different fundamental identity, which will make each matchup that we call fun. Let's get into the first matchup of the week here. Washington Redskins, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Our players are Simple Simon and Justin Peters. Why don't you break down those two teams for us as we get into the action?
Okay, definitely one of my favorite matchups. You have a couple of teams that have good offensive weapons, couple of really solid DB1s, which is actually my favorite position to play on defense, and some blocking ability and, some popcorn ability, and, it's a very even matchup.
Cobb out of his end zone. If I recall, he just passed away out to the 12-yard line. Rest in peace, but thanks for getting it out to the 12 for Justin Peters. Obviously, we have the things that are common between the two teams here are elite secondaries and good kickers, but the quarterbacks are completely different. The running backs situation is different, and the quarterbacks, you got the scrambling of Vinny versus Mark Rippon, who's a statue, fumble. And we got a fumble here. So bouncing around, picked up by Creamsicle Rob Taylor. And out of bounds to the 33. So a break there for Justin Peters early.
It was definitely a good, favorable 3 or 4 bounces that went his way. I mean, coughing it up this early in the game, that close to your end zone, not a good thing.
Prosa T-dive, Gary Anderson up the middle for 4 yards. Some good drone support. That offensive line did not hold up for Tampa Bay.
It's the thing that's nice about this matchup is that Tampa Bay doesn't they have that poor offensive line, but Washington doesn't really have anybody that's going to blow them out of the water that you have with some other matchups.
Comes Testaverde trying to do it with his legs. Cuts it back to the inside. It looks like he's just short of the marker. He is. It will be 4th down and short.
No guts, no glory. Just go for it.
Well, you got a scrambling quarterback, and you got a guy that can get those time JJs. So, got to like your chances here if you're Tampa Bay. From the top hash mark, single back formation. Darrell Green on defense. Pass 1 is the call. Testaverde gets it down with his legs and out of bounds. So, first down for Justin Peters.
Perfect safe call. Definitely like it. Vinny can get you a yard as long as it's not a called play every day of the week.
Calls run 1 to Gary Anderson, crossing back across the formation, or for only a 1-yard gain, 2nd and 9. There was good drone help. Force it back to the inside. And cross down to RB2. Cobb drops it and incomplete.
Man, that's a tough one to swallow.
3rd down and 9 from the bottom hash mark. This is pass 2. He's going to go cross field to Mark Carrier. Bust out the Morton impression.
Carrier just caught the ball. First down.
Well done. 1st down and 10 for Justin Peters from his 30.
What happens is that he went for the auto dive.
I'm dying over here. 2nd and 6.
Man, I should have opened up a beer for this one.
Open up 2.
Yeah.
Tap situation here for Gary Anderson, and can't quite get away as a 3rd and short, 3rd and 3 coming up. Been living, dying on that play. This time he dies. Simple Simon, the auto dive? Excuse me, the manual dive for 4th and 3. It
was a nice defensive play.
This time he goes to the pass of it. Testaverde going underneath the Cobb. He catches it this time. 10. 5. Touchdown to the dead man, Reggie Cobb. Too soon? I don't even know if he's in the dirt yet, man. I got to be a little more sensitive. Touchdown for Justin Peters on opening possession with 39 seconds of Tecmo time, and the extra point is good. 7-0. Justin Peters over Simple Simon.
Very nice drive. Mixed up passes and runs. Simple Simon, had some really good stops and played some really good D there. Just broke one.
Decent return, about 16 yards for Simple Simon. It looks like his playbook is going to target Haddix directly. Gets the redirect there. That is risky. Gary Clark with the reception, throwing against that secondary. 7-0. Justin Peters over Simple Simon, who has his first possession here.
Funny tournament story. Diaz and I were always joking around about.
No, are you talking about Old Dirty Tecmo?
Yeah. I don't know whatever his nickname is now. It always seemed like Rippon and Humphreys would always be in like bad condition together, and we joked around that they shared like the same like DNA code in like some weird way. Where like if one's in bad, the other one's in bad.
Humphreys scrambling. Of course, he has the faster maximum speed versus Mark Rippon. 3rd down and 1. Definitely one of the teams where you got to keep your eyes on conditions. Binder with the drone bump and a first down, 1st and 10 for Simple Simon here with 4:09 remaining in the second quarter. Has yet to score points. This is still his first possession. Motion run incoming.
It's become like one of my favorite plays. This run one motion. You have some really good blockers up at the top. If there's no middle linebackers to really go in and blow it up, just run right at Haddix.
The one comment I'll make is I would have liked to seen the run two to accompany it because you can get the quarterback to block for you, so that can help with Haddix if he reverses field.
Absolutely. And it seems like this is becoming more of a popular playbook that I've seen a lot more people using those run plays. I mean, run and shoot, run one is not that great of a play at all, but have it as a compliment, running the sweep.
The one thing I'll say in the QB scramble there, 2nd down to 6 after the first down 2 plays ago, we're seeing is that a lot of people just aren't used to defending it, and that alone can lead to some success.
Absolutely.
I think everyone's defended RNS run to the top 100 times, a year. It's a very commonly called play, especially if you have an elite defender up there, and here comes Haddix chasing after the pack. Humphreys trying to get away, get to the marker. He can. He's short, 2nd and 4.
Very nice. Spreading the field out. You totally wide open. Just keep it on the ground.
Ernest Binder, who, if you want, as a Cleveland Brown fan, to boo him, go ahead. Signed jersey, though, up for grabs at the Tupa Bowl.
Very cool. Kevin always comes up with some awesome raffle prizes. I know a lot of them he digs out from his personal collection. We were all throwing extra tickets in, I think, last year for the Power Glove.
Who won that anyway? Here comes Humphreys.
I'm not sure. Lewis always wins, like, everything.
He's got the Mikowski jersey from the Kumite, didn't he?
Yeah. He got a couple of different things, but without fail, like, Lewis, and it's got to be...
First down to Kelvin Bryant.
He pays respects to the Tecmo gods. That's what it is.
Sanders, the intended receiver, almost intercepted. Drop by Haddix, 2nd and 10. Just pass 2. One thing I will give Simple Simon credit, he is not taking a lot of the throw bait.
Yeah, just I like Humphreys in these situations for the max speed, and this is kind of garbage to me. I don't know.
Oh, this is a jump interception. We talked about this before.
Wow.
And the time is going to expire here in the second half. So 7-0 Justin Peters over Simple Simon. Welcome. I'm glad you're with us here on the Retro Sports Gamer channel. This is Trojan 1979. I am with the Tecmo Ninja. And this is week 6, Perfect Strangers. If you haven't yet, mash that like button. Let people know that we're out there. Share this video with them. Love to have them in chat. Gerald Riggs will return this kick from Steve Christie. So, despite the turnover, Simple Simon will have a chance to redeem himself here.
That was rough. Like, anytime you throw a INT in the red zone, I mean, it's definitely something that you're kicking yourself over.
So Haddock's on defense, sweep to the top. Kelvin Bryant gets a decent gain on first down, 7 yards, 2nd and 3. This time to the run, too. Slow and steady wins the race, 1st and 10.
It's all about the ball control, eating up clock. Just make sure you're getting out of bounds.
It looks like Haddock gets tied up there. Here comes Biner out to the 50. The irony of having the ball control stats that he has after that situation, the way Tecmo has deflated some other players, like the Lorenzo White, and they run down to number 42.
Absolutely.
I think Lorenzo White has 19 ball control. I mean, shoot, I'd have 19 ball control if I played in the NFL. Biner up to the top.
Yeah, definitely. It would probably take one hit from me, and I'd be coughing up the ball.
Comes Biner to the top again.
Yeah, and you got like Bernie Kosar, who's probably the slowest guy I've ever seen in life, And
he's got 25 maximum speed. Yeah, it's unbelievable. Going up to Sanders, this is risky, and another jump interception. You got to keep the points that you can get in these situations. Like you said, slow. You're not going to have a ton of opportunities here. So, Justin Peters taking over near his own 20. Jerry Curl Anderson now with the big run, 35-40, 45-50.
Green got a nasty cut block there that enabled him to get that really nice long run.
Red Gunsy slant pass 4 coming in here already in Steve Christie. Field goal range, a second score would put him up 2 scores and pretty late in the game already. So definitely Simple Simon needing to minimize the damage here.
Absolutely. He's playing some really good defense on both sides. And, I mean, it's just going to come down to, 1 or 2 turnovers are going to cost somebody the game.
Simple Simon in danger of giving up more points here. Pass 2 is the call. Testaverde keeping it on the ground. Justin Peters getting closer to Pater at 2nd and 4.
Definitely smart move. You got the lead. Don't do anything risky. Don't be a hero.
Sounds delicious. And out of bounds, 3rd and 1. So do you serve heroes at your restaurants?
We do. We call them subs. Heroes I think is more of a
you got a fumble. Are you kidding me? Call play fumble. And taken over by Simple Simon. So Justin Peters with opportunity for a dagger and then gives it over. And from the 20 now goes Simple Simon. We just call them subs too here in the Midwest. I just, I've heard some of that nomenclature used elsewhere. Top hash mark, Simple Simon. That's the problem when you're a fat commentator and you're calling late. You're getting hungry. Everything reminds you of food. Hart Monk out to the 45 and a first down as we enter the fourth quarter. 7-0 Justin Peters over Simple Simon, who has the ball. We got a Mark Simon in good. He should make the field. Biner in good. That'll help. Sanders in bad. Clark and Monk in average, and Gerald Riggs in average.
Like a nice chess match, just each move needs to be, precise and calculated, and just grind it out.
Simple Simon finds Kelvin Bryant for a nice gain, 8 yards, but risky in the middle of the field. Mark Rippon moving a little bit better. Gets Kelvin Bryant again, and near the sideline is taken down just outside the 35-yard line for another first down. Run 2 is the call. Here comes Biner. He's got some help. Oh, taken down. Second and 3. That could have been a house call. Robinson across the formation this time. The safer call, but not before another first down.
Like it, just matriculating the ball down the field, as Hank Stram would say, right?
Accurate. And 2 yards there for Simple Simon, who is running out of time. He's got enough time this close, but if he fails,
I mean, if he,
he's not going to whittle. He's not going to whittle enough time away here where he'd be able to, to get it in one shot. So you have to play defense at some point. Here comes Biner, another first down. He must have like over 10 first downs with Biner, it feels like.
Yeah. I'd probably be doing the same thing, just, eating up clock. You're playing good defense, trust your defense. Try to score, get it to overtime.
Here comes the run to Biner. Tries to make the corner, and he's got the end zone touchdown. Simple Simon.
My favorite things to do at tournaments with newbies. I tell them if you hold the select button during the coin toss, is that you'll get the coin toss like every time, kind of like a punch out in between rounds. You hold the select button to get the extra energy. Like overtime, watch this. I'm going to hold the select button. I'm going to get the coin toss, and it's great when it actually happens because then I seem like the cool guy.
It's important to be the big brother the first time.
Yeah, absolutely.
So Justin Peters with 2:06 Tecmo time got another called play. And this is a called run 1. So back-to-back called plays for Justin Peters. Here's a run 3, and Darrell Green looks like he's on crack.
Wow. Yeah, he's flying up the field.
Definitely an excellent condition, 3rd and 11.
Another really good defensive stand here by Simple Simon. He's been doing it all game. Both guys all game. Just containing, not giving up the big plays.
Oh, we've got the overthrow interception to Todd Bowles, who used to coach an NFL franchise, not anymore. 1st and 10. So now Simple Simon in the driver's seat here in an opportunity to put this game away. Here comes Kelvin Bryan. He gets the bump block. Keeps it in bounds. Probably a mistake. That was risky, but inside the 5, 1st and goal from the 3. And not sure if they're taunting each other via chat or in the world of online Tecmo, sometimes reality happens and people have to do things like tend to a child or answer a door, cuss each other out online.
Oh, nice.
And Biner back-to-back touchdowns on back-to-back drives. And Simple Simon takes the lead and coming back 13 unanswered. It's 13-7.
Had a good look in there. He was able to popcorn off the defensive end there, but just could not go and grab him.
Are we getting a sideline report there? I just heard a little notification.
I don't know. Is it me?
Yeah, it was. It doesn't matter. The game's over. 14-7. Simple Simon over Justin Peters. You can see how professional we are here. In every form of this no cut on Simple Simon, but Justin Peters is a very accomplished player. Dropping this one to Simple Simon, who just played the role of his team to his advantage. Obviously did get a break with that fumble there. Really changed the tide of this game, but 14-7, he hung around and took advantage of the opportunities he had.
Absolutely. I mean, you can look at the statistics. 28 runs for 168 yards, 13 first downs. That is controlling the clock, controlling the flow of the game, just eating away.
All right, so for the Tecmo Ninja, this is Trojan 1979. Stay with us. We're going to have another game for you shortly. Greetings, Tecmo Super Bowl fans. It's Trojan 1979 here on the Retro Sports Gamer channel. We are back here in Week 6. Perfect Strangers is the theme this week. Teams with opposing personalities. Matchup here is between the Shield and Lucky Tool. Some of you know as Thule. He's the organizer of the Detroit Kumite, and of course the Shield, very much up and coming player that we just know is going to be breaking through that ceiling any moment. Has been finishing high in tournaments as of late. A Green Bay area player, also really good at NHL 94. Speaking of NHL 94, I am welcoming back the reigning, defending Super Nintendo tournament champion for Edge of 94 Wisconsin, Angry Jay. How you doing?
I'm doing great. I'm happy to be here for some more Tecmo action today.
Well, Tecmo it is. Let's take a look at the matchup. What's making these? What's fitting the match? We've got Miami. We got Chicago. These teams are nothing like each other.
No, not at all. They are certainly two polar opposites. This is a really important game for Chicago to either stay tied or stay ahead, as their offense isn't really suited to come back against the likes of Miami. Miami does have a strong enough defense to hold Chicago's passing attack at bay, but Chicago also has their ability to slow down Dan Marino at least a little bit to hopefully give themselves a chance to squeeze out a few points.
Brad Muster will take this out of his end zone. And here he goes. Lucky Tool. Past the 10. Gets a popcorn. Dodges a defender. Gets a block. 15. Cross the middle of the field past the 20. Another popcorn out to the 25 and a first down.
Really like that patience on that kick return there by Thule. Every yard counts with the Bears special teams.
Oliver on defense. Offset I formation. Looks like the taps for the Shield to start, but out after a 5-yard gain, 2nd and 5.
Yep, staying on pace right here for the Bears. Very manageable second down here.
Jarvis Williams on defense. We've got run 2 and a missed engagement, and Johnny Bailey, rest his soul, reverses field and gets a first down past the 50.
These big chunk plays are perfect for the Chicago offense on the running attack.
We see the oddball run 3, which has now been selected. Here comes Anderson. Really nice use of the blockers and gets 9 yards. And this is Thule's favorite down to distance, 2nd and 1.
Yeah, whole playbook's open, but you're probably going to see another run here as this has just been a steady dose of running.
On cue, he calls pass. Going over the top to Ron Morris. And a risky throw considering the INT stats of Tom Zach versus every DB.
Would have liked
Miami.
to see him just Tom Zach step up, get that extra yard or 2 for the first down.
Johnny Bailey bounces to the outside and a first down for Thule. Thule is always known for kind of throwing in just something you don't typically see in most playbooks. And here's Anderson underneath. He's got the reception, and he's going to go all the way to the house. Touchdown, Thule.
Nicely done there by Thule, finding the open Neil Anderson. He's actually one of the better receivers despite being a running back for the Bears. He was wide open, made a good move. Easy touchdown there.
7-0 your score if you go by traditional Tecmo Super Bowl tournament rules. He's probably the most versatile player in Tecmo Super Bowl. Could be played in any position on the field. Here comes Page out of the back of the end zone. See if the Shield can respond to Thule's opening possession score. And a nice return of his own out past to the 12 and 1st and 10 for the Shield. A nice mixed playbook here. Looks like Richard Dent is going to be the choice for Thule on defense, 2nd and 7.
Yeah, Richard Dent has a very high interception 44 rating, actually kind of an anomaly for a defensive lineman.
Here comes Marino into 6 maximum speed past the marker and a first down for the Shield.
Marino looking very spry. No ski boot on today, apparently.
We'll see if he gets those isotoners going. 2nd down and 5. Run 3 to the bottom, Sammy Smith. It looks like Dent is popcorning one of the lead blockers, so the Shield may want to take that in consideration next time he makes a line change. He has Jensen up top and out of bounds just before the quarter expires. 1 second of Tecmo time remaining and a first down for the Shield.
Jensen, one of those hidden gems, just gets loose, and he has a high reception rate, and is even better when he's uncovered.
2 hidden gems come off the bench for offenses. 7-0 Thule over the Shield. You've got Bailey off the bench for the Bears, and you got Jensen off the bench for Miami. Who do you like better? Let us know in chat. And nice defense, Thule getting the defender in the proper position to deflect the pass, 3rd and 8.
Yeah, nice play there by Richard Dent, breaking up that play. That would have been an easy first down as that receiver was wide open.
Bold call, run 3 across the formation, gets near the marker and gets the measurement. It's a first down for the Shield.
I really like what the Shield is doing here. I mean, it'd be really obvious to just pass all day with Marino, but he's sprinkling in the run game, keeping Thule honest on defense.
And a cold pass 1. Mike Singletary is there for the drone sack, 2nd and 18. Back-to-back, pass 1. Goes to Clayton. He gets the diving grab to the 20 and a first down.
Looks like Marino was able to fire that one in there before the double coverage came in. Nice covered catch there.
Dent on defense. Pass 4 is the call. Has the burn route to Duper, but it is deflected again by Dent. And the Shield is in perfect position. 2nd and 10. Another pass 4. Goes underneath the Page. He gets the covered catch. And there's a tapping situation and taken down inside the 5. 1st and goal.
That's an absolute bullet of a pass. It looks like Marino might even be in good with how fast that pass came out.
Page reversing his field, loses a yard, 2nd and goal from the 6. Singletary on defense, running situation up the middle, bounce to the outside, goes Sammy Smith to the house, touchdown, Shield.
That's a big run there for Sammy Smith. Again, you don't really typically expect the Miami run offense to really play a factor here in this game, but there's that key 3rd down conversion and then the touchdown run there by Sammy Smith.
Sammy Smith and his Jerry curl in the Miami Sound Machine getting it down here in the 2nd quarter. We had a tie ball game 7-7 with 2:50 technical time remaining. Here comes Brad Muster out of his end zone directional kick back to the middle of the field. And a nice return to open the game. And he has another one past the 25 to the 30. 35. Past the 40. Gets a tap and a drone help. Cross midfield to the 40. 35. Out of bounds at the 33-yard line. Great return by Thule. And a lot of time just ticked away. Got a good Thornton. Go ahead.
Really mustered up a nice return there.
Yeah.
Like you said, took a long time. So this is actually a perfect situation for Chicago because if you feel like if you get 3 points in Chicago, you feel pretty good about yourself. So even if this is only a 3-point possession, you should run out the clock here. Thule should be going ahead. Everything goes to plan.
Pass 1, the play action is the call here. Last time this play was called, I believe it led to an Anderson touchdown. And now to the 15 out of bounds, 1:26 technical time remaining. Thule looking like he can do whatever he wants on offense right now.
Yeah, it's kind of scary with the Chicago offense.
And gets the bump, does Anderson, but the drones are there, 2nd and 6.
Yep, perfect play in this part of the field. Just keep moving forward. You got plenty of time and downs to work with here.
Oliver on defense. We're going to call the run 1. Let's say, run 4. 3rd and 8.
Generally, you call pass in this situation, but I think with the Bears, running is still your best bet.
Run 4, run 1 possibly. It goes to the pass 1 again. This is strange, but a lot of opens. Oh, gets the block. That's dirty. And Anderson in the end zone, touchdown. You get that block down the field. It was utilized perfectly, and people are not typically used to defending that. And that's where Thule busts that play out, and he gets that advantage and the score.
Yeah, I think that umpire in the secondary there was falling asleep at the job, didn't throw a flag, as that was obvious offensive PI. But Neil Anderson...
Oh, it was a rub. It was a rub. It wasn't a pick.
That was a nice touchdown, though, by Thule. He just worked the play perfectly.
And Page getting out of bounds. You'll have one chance here with Scott Mitchell to heave it to the end zone. Of course, the reason you want that is you want that arc and that slow passing speed so the receivers can get all the way down the field.
Yeah, with the high reception ratings for the Dolphins receivers, even against the Chicago secondary, this JJ isn't completely impossible.
Pro set formation, bottom hash mark. This will have a chance. Scott Mitchell, the eventual Detroit Lion quarterback, going up to Clayton. His mama called him Clayton. And his mama called him incomplete. Welcome to halftime, 14-7. It's been a fun one. Trojan with Angry J93. Thule and Shield doing battle. It's a good matchup so far.
Very entertaining up and down the field. Both of these offenses, surprising for Chicago, but it's what's necessary if Miami's able to move the ball against Chicago like they have been. And it's important for, like I said in the beginning of the game, the Bears to keep the lead here.
Shield unable to get those last moment points, but does have the ball to start the second half. Not a great return out to about the 10. And putting Dan Marino back in, often forgotten by many players, and it can lead to interceptions if you don't do that. Super duper and good. Jim Jensen and good, so more CCs are possible.
Yeah, his pass offense looks like it could be even more dangerous than it typically is, even with the bad Mark Clayton.
Mark Clayton, the eventual Green Bay Packer, played with Brett Favre for a year.
Was that Clayton at tight end?
I didn't see, but he's going to fall down a lot if that's where he is.
Yeah, that might hamstring this rushing attack a little bit, although it didn't on that play right there. That was a beautiful run by Sammy Smith to the outside edge.
We see Jensen's in the wide receiver 2 position now. Has just enough wheels. And Marino doing it with his legs here. 2nd and 1.
Yeah, Jensen, despite the lack of speed against the Chicago secondary, it's not a major hindrance as they're a little bit slower as well.
Well, he's up to 50 right now, and the fastest defender in the backfield for the defense is 56 in average conditions. So another first down there on the legs of Dan Marino. Still looking for his isotoners.
Yeah, all rushing yards on this drive so far for Miami.
Sammy Smith says, "Put me in, coach." 2nd down and 6. Got a called pass 1. It's got Duper, but it is covered and incomplete. This will bring up 3rd down and 6.
Still very manageable here. You can even call a run play if you want to get real dangerous as Miami.
And the dive play looked like it was going to be successful, but the drone takes down the Shield, and now 4th and 4. Just out of Stoyanovich field goal range. We got a called run 3. Oh, no. And he takes a loss behind the line of scrimmage and a turnover on down. So Thule now with the lead and the initiative already in field goal range for Kevin Butler.
Yeah, that was an impressive play call there. I mean, I would have picked pass. I mean, you can expect Miami to go to its strength in that situation, 4th and 4. But Thule, he's in the Shield's head apparently on that play.
And looks like run 2 is the call. I'm guessing the Shield called run 1 on that play because it collapsed in a hurry. 2nd down and 9. Oliver on defense. Pass 4 is the call. Tom Zach with many options open. And running around, going underneath to Johnny Bailey, who drops the ball near the 30. It's 3rd and 9.
That's a really unfortunate play for Thule, as that would have put him in comfortable field goal range and could have really sealed 3 points for him.
Jarvis Williams on defense. Pass 2 is the call. And he's got him over the top if he wants. He's got Muster at the 20. He's already passed the marker 15. Out of bounds of the 11. First down, Thule.
Yeah, great patience there by Thule, letting his options spread out because the Shield only had one guy to defend 5 receivers.
Another pass 1. Oh, we've got our friend offered all in his back, and that's a touchdown for Thule.
Yeah, it looks like he's just running that interference play again right at the goal line, much akin to that touchdown we had late in the second quarter.
That's a hat trick.
Yeah, that's a
Anderson
3
Hattie.
touchdowns. Yep, all pass catching as well. No running touchdowns for the Chicago offense or Neil Anderson. I really like Thule's strategy in this game. He's kind of keeping the Shield on his heels, with unpredictable play calling.
Well, if they're by reception, would that be an assist? That means it's not a natural hat trick?
No, they were 3. Was it 3 unanswered? Because that'd be the natural hat trick. It was 3 goals.
Oh, okay.
Unanswered.
Well, Thule scored first, so it was answered by the Shield one. So, all right. So nice completion. We saw a big gain, the Shield earlier on that route, and he gets it again, and now he's in scoring range already. Pro set formation, top hash mark. He's got Page underneath and a double tap, and taken down as we enter the fourth quarter, 21-7. Thule with a 2-score lead over the Shield, who is driving and is finding some rhythm on this drive. Scott Duper again splits the defenders and is taken down at the 10. Should be 1st and goal.
Yeah, just 3 nice plays right there by the Shield. This is a very critical drive. You have to get a touchdown here.
Looks like he could technically get a first down, but it doesn't matter. He's got the touchdown, Shield, and we're got a 1-score game.
Yeah, just stomp down the field. I mean, that was exactly the answer that the Shield needed after failing that 4th down on the previous possession. Now he just needs to stop.
14-21, the Shield trailing Thule. And an onside kick attempt here. I don't know if it's intentional, but didn't work. Brad Muster with a recovery on his side of the 50, and it's 1st and 10 for Thule.
Looks like Muster's still in bad, but Anderson's been the weapon here all game long. I wouldn't expect that to change. I mean, he may even go to play action right away here to try and get himself into field goal range and then just run a few plays up the middle or to the outside with the running attack.
Here comes the rush and deflection. So it looked like a touchdown may have been in the works there for Thule, and the shield gets offered all in there and gets the block. Offset I formation from the bottom hash mark. Here's the pitch, run 1. Oliver across the formation behind the blockers and gets help. 3rd and 6.
Yeah, this is a huge down right here. If the shield can hold his ground, you're probably at the maximum of Kevin Butler's field goal range.
Pro set T formation. Run 1's the call. Johnny Bailey behind line on a fumble. It's bouncing around. Anyone's ball. A lot of teal near it, and it's picked up by the Dolphins. David Griggs, the linebacker, with a recovery and a 1st and 10 with 3:19 remaining already in Stoyanovich field goal range, but you need a touchdown to tie the game.
Yeah, that's a huge fumble there by Chicago. I mean, even if he didn't get any yards there, he could have punted it away at least and made Miami have to go the entire length of the field. But now time is not a factor for Miami. They can do whatever they want. They can go back to their rushing attack like they did earlier in the game, as that was actually relatively successful.
Pass 4 is the call. Underneath to Sammy Smith. There he is. And taking out past the marker. This should be a 1st down. It is. This has been exciting so far. 2:52 Tecmo time remaining. We got a 14-21 game here. The Shield trailing Thule, but the Shield with the ball here. Sitting a lot on this pass 4. It's worked for him a lot today already. Marino doing a good job, controlled by the Shield, being somewhat conservative and whittling that clock down a little bit.
Yeah, no reason to take any unnecessary risks here.
Sammy Smith is loose, and a chance being taken. I think the Shield could have pressed for more, but decides to get a little conservative here. Again, does not want to leave time for Thule to respond. The pitch down to Mark Logan. Cuts it back to the inside. No blocking support. 2nd and 9.
Miami stick with a ground attack. That's 3 straight run plays, or at least quarterback runs were incorporated in that.
And finally, a called pass 4. Underneath to Mark Duper. He's covered inside the 5-yard line. 1st and goal from the 4. So 1st and goal from the 4. Pro set T dive in the end zone. Sammy Smith touchdown. We're about to have a tie ball game here.
Yeah, that was a nice turnaround there by the Shield. He came into the 4th quarter down by 2 touchdowns. He's played really well this quarter, and now he's got a tie game on his hands. He just needs a defensive stand against Thule. He's actually had a really good kick return game. His special teams has been the X factor here, and it could be yet again, despite Muster being in bad.
We'll see if Thule tries to get down into field goal range or if he tries to play the back and B game with Anderson.
Yeah, by far his worst return of the day here for Thule, but I mean, he does have some time on the clock. He probably has 2 plays to work with, maybe 3 if one of them is a called play. The only problem is the JJ game for Chicago isn't very impressive, especially when considering that Miami secondary, provided they pick a pass play, should be plenty to knock down most any attempt.
The angle will matter. Obviously, it's going full field. You do have the slower passing speed of these quarterbacks will come into play. I think the objective here might be able to get closer. I wouldn't be surprised if this is a run. Get near the 15 or 20-yard line. We do have a run 3 here. Johnny Bailey in the middle of the field and gets a really nice gain there. Get some blocking help, but now you got to start calling passes.
Yeah, the Shield seemed content to let just time run off the clock as Thule was too far away to get into field goal range with that run play.
I'm guessing pass 1 here. It's called. He's got to call another play right here. I think the Shield was sick of that play, and it seemed like the obvious no choice.
Yeah, I didn't want that interference to be ran yet again.
So for all the marbles, here comes Tom Zach. Going up to Wendell Davis. Don't know if he's going to be far enough down the field, but looks close. And out of the back of the end zone with 3 defenders there. Welcome to overtime, 21-21 score. And the coin toss will be critical. It looks like Thule wins the coin toss. Of course, in overtime, the game continues until we have a winner. Even if the game ends in the technical space of things, they start the game over if we do not have a winner at the end of regulation. And they'll swap reception of the opening kickoff. So, Muster out to the 10 and taken down. Not much there. And conditions won't be changing, but of course, Thule wanted to get his running backs back where they were.
Yeah, Thule can go back to his previous game plan of using the run and sprinkling in that play-action pass play that has been working so well, although late in that fourth quarter, the Shield was onto it and shut it down during that final drive. But again, the whole playbook is wide open here. I would expect to see just running plays and Thule using a very methodical approach here.
Offset I formation. Oliver. This time it's run 4. And a nice run here for Anderson. Big gain out past the 30 to the 34-yard line. First down.
Yeah, it looks much like it did all throughout this game. Neil Anderson just running loose.
Going back to that play and calling it is the Shield. Not allowing to get any more traction. 2nd and 9. First score of any kind wins since 1991. Overtime rules with a sprinkle of playoff elements in there. Underneath to Anderson. It is intercepted by the Shield. And he fumbles it. Oh, and recovered by the Bears. Johnny Bailey with the recovery. Are you kidding me?
One of those hidden gems, Johnny on the spot, Johnny Bailey. That was maybe a mistap on that initial pass as Thule had a wide open option, and he also had just green space to take with Harbaugh, or Tom's, excuse me.
Nice run by Anderson to get past the defense in the backfield and get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd down and 10. This time to the pro set. Bailey with a nice gain out past the marker and taken down by the drones. First down and Kevin Butler field goal range. Not much in the way of rushing options for the Dolphins for field goals.
No, that was a big broken tackle there by Johnny Bailey to get those 10 yards. Now, this is a much better field position here for Thule.
Jarvis Williams tries to go behind the line, but still gives up 7 yards. 2nd and 3. If you're the Shield, you're hoping for a call play and a turnover.
Yeah, much like you had in the fourth quarter, just cause a turnover and recover it.
Run 3 is the call. Anderson just too fast and reverses his field and gets the first down. And getting close to the point where you might start seeing a field goal attempt at any time.
Yeah, or you might see that play action here coming soon. Out of sight, out of mind.
Tom Zach keeping it on the ground, just wants to get closer. It'd be really helpful if Shield looked at Thule's controller. 2nd and 5.
A little tougher than usual.
You don't say, we got to call play. This could be the break he needs. He loses yardage, but not the ball. 3rd and 10. And you have to be breathing a sigh of relief if you're Thule there. I would be, again, he's going for more yardage here, but I would have supported trying to kick it on 3rd down because if it was blocked and recovered, you still have a chance to kick it again.
Yeah, certainly with this much time on the clock especially.
So here it is for all the marbles. 4th and 6. Here comes the field goal attempt from Thule. Tries to see, let's see who he chooses, if he's going to go with Offerdahl or if he's going to go with Harold Green. Harold Green it is. There's a rush, but it's not blocked. This looks good. It is good, and there is your winner. Thule, 24-21 over the Shield in a fun one. And we see Dan Moreno with 162 yards through the air, 75% completions, 12 first downs. But not the ball in overtime, and that's when it mattered. Angry J, are you still with me?
Yes. So I think that was a really entertaining game. Well played by both sides. Thule, though, managed to make a couple extra plays. And like I said, with Chicago, in these matchups, it's critical to stay ahead or at least be tied so that you don't have to just air it out with Chicago. He was able to avoid that. He was very methodical with his running attack and sprinkled in some good pass plays especially that play action, got the hat trick to Neil Anderson. And that was really the difference in the game, that X factor that he was able to pick up with the Bears.
Well, thanks for watching, everyone. Stay tuned. We'll have another broadcast for you shortly. And we're back. It's Trojan 1979, still with Angry J 93. We have another game here. Perfect Strangers, Week 6. Swamp PC1 and Turbo. We got a matchup between the San Diego Chargers and the Los Angeles Rams. Definitely two teams with a different personality. We got run game and defense against high-powered passing attack. Why don't you break it down for us?
This is, again, another really exciting matchup. I think we got the Rams, who are just looking to pass and run the ball all over the field, while the Chargers are a very strong defensive team that can also run the ball very well with Marion Butts on their own. So it's going to be very important for the Rams to at least get a stop or two, because I think the Chargers will be able to score relatively easily on the Rams defense.
Arthur Cox out of the end zone to the 5, 10, and out of bounds at the 14. Looks like a heavy dose of Butts runs to the bottom. We have Billy Joe Tolliver sneak. We have some run and shoot and some pro set in there. So Humphrey on defense, pass 4 is the call. Tolliver right underneath the Butts. Could you imagine catching a pass thrown that hard, that close to your fingers, 2nd and 6?
He would have had to have broken his fingers, much like a Brett Favre pass from that close.
Brett Favre will break your fingers from 40 yards away. His hand fell off. Just like Luke Skywalker. First down and 10 for Swamp PC1 with the QB scramble.
Yeah, Tolliver showing us all of his tools. First the arm, then the legs.
Quinn Early, the intended receiver, gets the JJ and running all the way across the field from Kevin Green. Speaking of the Packers, Kevin Green became the eventual linebackers coach during the Super Bowl era, the most recent one for the Packers. But back to this game, pro set called pass 3 rather, and it is overthrown, intercepted. It's something you cannot do. Gray with the pick. You have to take your shots and play risk management with BJ Tolliver. Swamp PC doesn't do that, pays the price, and here comes Turbo on a run here. Cleveland Gary, speaking of risk of his own with his 50 maximum speed, but the 38 ball control, but not after the first down. Now sitting in the shotgun formation, Leslie O'Neal, we got a called pass. And Henry Hillard is open, beats the rush. I don't know if that was an auto dive because it was ill-advised. Hillard all the way across the field to the 21-yard line. Huge gain, first down.
Yeah, it was a nice pass there by Turbo, finding the somewhat open receiver. Yeah, that's the benefit of using the Rams. High PC, high receiving.
Everett cross field and does it with his legs, 2nd down and 5. Don't call me Chris, he says, pressing the action from the 15. Gilbert across the formation. Gary near the sideline. It is taken down just short of the marker. It'll be 3rd down.
Looks like Swamp PC has the taps, as that was a critical stop there, keeping the play on a 3rd down here for the Rams.
Turbo not living up to his name, misses the dive. Cleveland Gary to the end zone, touchdown. Turbo.
Beautiful offensive drive here by LA. After that big interception, it was a 90-yard drive. It was no cheapie. Just beautifully played there, both running and passing wise.
7-0 Turbo over Swamp PC1. Arthur Cox of the second return here. Directional kick to the top of the field. And runs into a pack, puts the ball on the ground. There's an army of yellow jerseys, but it is out of bounds. 1st and 10. Kevin Green on defense. And pass 2 is the call. Tolliver with some options underneath to Ronnie Harmon. Gets the auto dive for the drone back to the 31-yard line as time ticks away in the first. This will be the last play of the first quarter. Called run 3. And out of bounds goes Butts as we enter the second quarter. 7-0 Turbo over Swamp PC1.
I'd like to see Swamp PC get a little bit better of a offensive rhythm here, as he seems to be forcing a lot of his passes.
Run 3 is the call. Swamp PC backtracking, and it costs him a few yards. 3rd and 13. Called pass 1. And it looks like Turbo is in Swamp PC's head, and a punt is coming.
Yes, this Rams defense is really swarming, and they're really turning the tide of this game.
Gaston Green will not return this one. It goes in the end zone for a touchback and a first down for Turbo from his 20. Pass 3 is the call. Everett goes back. Going to Ellard again. Why not? It's the Rams. It's over his head. That would have been 6, but it's incomplete.
Someone must have called Jim Everett Chris as he really muscled up on that throw, overthrowing his receiver by 20 yards.
He is triggered. That was tremendous. Rack him. Cleveland Gary with the reception. Crossfield on pass for stationary running back 1. And a first down.
I really enjoy all those Jim Rome references. They're really hitting home from about 10 years ago on my radio listening.
War first down. First down and 10. War, everything was war, everything. War to the Toby and Houston call. Anderson to the back of the end zone. Covered catch. Touchdown.
Flipper.
I can't do it. Stop it. You guys keep trying to make, all the voices I do. I mean, I am a bass. Come on. All right. So, extra point is good. 14-0.
Neither one of us was ever casted for Echo the Dolphin either. That's definitely not in our realm.
Keeping it with the video game references, I like it. Arthur Cox out of the end zone on the directional kick to the 5. And a nice dive by Turbo. So, getting it done on offense and defense is Turbo already trailing 2 touchdowns to Swamp PC1 with weak side open formation. It's the first we've seen this play. Kevin Green stops the drone. Here goes Butts out of bounds. I don't think that was intentional. 2nd and 8.
I certainly hope not, because this is a big drive for Swamp PC. He's got to get some points on the board here, as he's already way behind the pace of the Rams offense.
Really calling a lot of run 3 here. Obviously, it's a play that you can do a lot of damage. We see here already past the 40, 45, 50, 45, 40, 35, and out of bounds at the 31-yard line. First down, Swamp PC1.
That was a beautiful cut back there by Butts, taken against the grain. That is exactly the type of play the Chargers needed here late in the second quarter.
And Kevin Green forced the issue, but he does not have the tap, so that really isn't a risk you can take. Plus, the drone help is there. Marion Butts out to the 11 and a first down.
Yeah, these last 2 plays were the first 2 plays where Turbo really wasn't on top of his game. Swamp PC doing what he needs to do to take advantage of the situation right now.
Pass 4 is the call. And a second broken hand for Marion Butts. Let's hope he doesn't fumble. 2nd and 7.
He's going to have to catch it in his face mask at this point. There's just nothing left on it. Those hands are stubs.
I do that. He's got stick-em and clubs on his hands. Here comes Marion Butts. And that time Turbo tapped. 14 to whatever Swamp PC decided.
Switched on the turbo button, apparently.
Time running out. Here comes Marion Butts. Scores from the end of the half here, and risky going for it there with the time expiring, but needing 2 scores, and he gets one of them there right before the end of the half.
Risky, certainly, but
the dogs love it. They love that risk.
Yeah, they're going crazy here. They're just off the chain, really. Who let the dogs out?
75-year-old John Carney with the kickoff as Gaston Green gets it out of bounds, and we welcome you to halftime. 14-7. We're going to see the dogs chasing Frisbees here shortly. Wouldn't that be cool if they could add that? Like if you could modify the halftime to just do some other things. I know the people that hack Tecmo have had their way with the different rosters and the colors and everything. But I like to see someone actually hack halftime without using some sort of just cheesy video. Like in the spirit of Tecmo cutscenes, full 8-bit rendered animation. Someone make it happen. All right, we want to do that. We'll hack a ROM. We'll talk to Brewdog. We'll figure it out.
Bring the dog from Duck Hunt. Let's just get him all. See, the dog loves it. It's a great idea.
And we don't have a zapper attached, so we don't have to worry about him getting shot. It's and PETA loves that. They're all ASPCA. They're down for it.
Yeah, it's all natural bark. There's no stopping that one.
He will get a treat later. 1st and 10 for Turbo. Weak side open run, who is ahead 14-7. Nice patience by Swamp PC1 waiting for help. could have been a lot worse. Only 1 yard. And it just me, does Henry Eller look like he is Jerry Rice right now? Oh, he can't let go of it. Sam Seeley with the sack, 3rd and 11.
It doesn't matter who you have outside. If you get sacked like that, that's a huge play there for Swan PC.
And nice job, Swamp PC1 doing a NOS impression, using the DB2 to his advantage. 4th and 12. This is insane. What is Turbo doing?
Going into turbo mode here.
See, this is a sign of Tecmo disrespect, I think, here. But we'll see how it turns out. Over his head. He kind of hoped for an interception there in that situation, but now Swamp PC1 inside the 10. Pass force the call. And, both his arms are broken. He can't catch it. 2nd and 8.
He's got no hands left, and the face mask wasn't working.
2nd and goal from the 8, excuse me. It's going to be concussion next. I mean, that's Fred Strickland, the eventual Green Bay Packer. And this time he does get the drone support. 3rd and 15. 3rd and goal from the 15.
Bring in one of the other running backs just so he has a guy with hands, literally.
There's handy capable, okay? So 4th and goal from the 10. Just getting a little bit closer here. Plenty of time. Still within 1 score. But if you do score a touchdown, you do take the lead. And you give yourself a buffer in case Turbo scores a field goal of his own. John Carney is true as he should be. So 10-14 here. Turbo for Swamp PC1. Shouldn't make that decision again.
I certainly hope not, because it was really ill-advised. He gave away pretty much 3 points for free. Could have been a lot worse if he didn't make a nice stand there from his own 10-yard line.
Pass 2 is the call. He's got Long in the game, which is a bit perplexing. I don't know if he knows that. Chuck Long. I didn't see conditions here.
Yeah. But even then, Chuck Long's not really an option, even if he's an excellent.
You know, I don't know if he's just trying to make this game more interesting, if he feels like he's just dominating. I don't know the mentality behind it, but Turbo, despite that, is still in control here. Pass 1 is the call. He is moving around quite quickly. But the passes are not true. You don't have that control that you'd have from Everett.
And here you go with another 4th down from deep in his own territory.
Going up to Ellard. And it is knocked down. So another turnover on down. So Swamp PC1 in the driver's seat here. Turbo giving us the head scratcher. I wish we could grab for a post-game interview, but alas, that won't happen.
This whole quarter's been very out of character on Turbo's offense.
And now we got Marion Butts across the formation and another 1st down. So good rushing attack today from Swamp PC's Marion Butts. And living and dying on run 3 today. Pass 4. And it gets stuck in his helmet as he gets closer, 14-10.
Instead of the 2-foot bullet, it was a 5-foot bullet. Gave Butts a chance to react and get his stubs up, to help caress the ball into the face mask. But that was a really good quarter there by Swamp PC. I mean, we could say what we are about Turbo and how, some of his decision making has been a little bit bewildering, but Swamp PC's turned it around. He's making better decisions on offense. He's not forcing it into coverage. His defense has been much better. He's stopping the ball at the point of attack, and I think he's well deserved of where he is currently in position wise in this game.
Well, we do encourage stepping on the throat a little bit just to ensure victory, especially this late in the process. And Turbo didn't do that. He did the exact opposite. So Swamp PC taking advantage, as you mentioned, and we're back to it here.
Yeah, Turbo, he struck first, he struck hard, but he showed mercy. That was his mistake.
And Tolliver with a nice run. And usually when you call that play, you get at least 2 yards. This time, Marion Butts looking for some blocking and help. The drone support is good. Loses yardage, 4th and 11, and takes away the possibility of the Tolliver touchdown. So
another quick. Sorry.
No, I was just going to say field goal attempt coming here, and John Carney is sure again, but still trailing by one score here, 13-14 in favor of Turbo. Go ahead.
Yeah, if Turbo's offense can get back to where his defense is, I mean, I really like Turbo's chances in this game, as those are 2 impressive defensive stands deep in his own territory to mitigate the damage, really, and he still has a lead, and if he can go down the field, get a touchdown, or just run a huge portion of the clock out, he's got a great chance to win this game still.
Weak side open run. Here comes Buford McGee. Turbo with the taps. Nice run here. Avoids the drone dive, and now he's out to the 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, out of bounds. First down, Turbo.
That's a great run, and unlike the first quarter where Turbo didn't have the taps, he's got the taps, took advantage of it there, and got a huge gain.
Chuck Lawn doing it with his legs and gets out of bounds, 2nd and 1.
I wonder if Everett's injured, although that's not really possible in the exhibition mode for Tecmo.
Accurate. I think Turbo may have turboed some beers. I don't know, but here he goes. Buford McGee to the 5 in the end zone. Touchdown just over the plane into the end zone.
Yeah, it looks like he's got the nose of the ball over there with Buford McGee. I don't know where this just came from Turbo. His last 2 drives were just not at all impressive. He didn't move the ball, and then he gave it up on 4th down, deep in his own territory, and then all of a sudden, he's out tapping. He's just marching down the field, making great plays, and I mean, he looked like he did in the first half. That was beautiful.
Well, 21-13. There's time, but you got to score quickly.
It looks like Swan PC is well aware of his time situation, just running out of bounds there after the kickoff.
Call play, gets the redirect from early. That's a break, fumbles out of bounds.
Yeah, a couple of breaks there. First on the CC, and then the fumble going out of bounds immediately, not wasting any more time off the clock.
Another call play. Dodges the drone, but not Fred Strickland, and a sack is in play, 3rd and 15. And the burn route is out of the reach.
Yeah, it's a really unfortunate play there. As that play was open, he made a great decision to get that ball to the receiver.
How many call plays are we going to get? And this time it is dropped by Quinn early. Turbo takes over on downs. Not looking good here for Swamp PC1.
Not at all, even with Chuck Long quarterback.
And we got a QB sack, Gary Plummer.
Any play that takes time off the clock is a good play for the Rams at this point. So I don't think Turbo's too concerned about that.
And now here he's going to run the other direction here. Chuck Long, probably the right quarterback if he's moving that fast. Henry Rolling and his band take him down for the sack, 3rd and 17. Gary Plummer, the eventual San Francisco 49er. And time ticks away here. Just a formality. We are now past the point of capable victory by Swamp PC1 here. And there's a run one, and the time runs out. And out of bounds he goes on a turnover on downs. 21-13. Turbo over Swamp PC1, and probably the most peculiar game I've called this season.
Yeah, this game had no shortage of surprises at all. Swamp PC, aside from that rough first quarter, I think he played a pretty good game overall, and he gave himself a chance to win this game, but only getting 2 field goals out of those 2 perplexing decisions by Turbo to go for fourth down deep in his own zone. That inability for Swamp PC to take advantage of that was what undid him in this game. And Turbo, despite some of the weird decisions he made, I mean, the high points of this game were really high. His rush attack was great. He played good defense despite having a lackluster Rams defense at his disposal. And I think this is just, it was a weird one, granted, but Turbo, I think, overall played well enough, and he deserved this victory.
Well, thanks, everyone, for watching. Thanks, Angry Jay, for calling the games with me. At the time of recording this, there is a very important hockey game for you to catch. Go Sharks. So stay with us. We'll be back shortly.
Nate Newton for 1-800-COLLECT.
This is my cousin Marvin. Say hello, Marvin.
Hello.
During the season, Marvin and I like to stay in touch. Everything is cool as long as he dials 1-800-COLLECT. It's real easy for him. And for me, it's 10 cents a minute. Every evening, all week long. Right, Marvin? But sometimes Marvin forgets to dial 1-800-COLLECT. And that's when he needs a little reminder. 1-800-COLLECT, 10 cents a minute. Every evening, all week long.
Hey, mister, you want to play?
Yep. How much?
I ain't getting that. He can get his own ball. Mister, don't you got a football game to go to?
It's a little chilly, isn't it, Steve?
Oh, sorry. What am I thinking? How's that? Yeah, thank you. Better? Good. Warm.
Good.
Where were we?
We were cold.
Check.
The only thing more important than your favorite receiver is your favorite card. Visa, official card of the NFL.
You look great tonight.
Thank you.
It's everywhere you want to be.
And we're back. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Probably more of the gentleman variety. This is Perfect Strangers. It's week 6. Viking Mo against Pete Titterai. And I welcome back into the booth the reigning, defending TPC2 champion Darthrockman into the booth. How you doing?
We're doing real good. Holler back at ya.
How much
Thanks for having
technical
me
time
on.
do we have to get this broadcast in tonight?
Oh, we got 20 minutes, or AKA 5 minutes per quarter.
Let's get the Tecmo time rocking. Viking Mo and Pete Titterai, Perfect Strangers. The theme is teams with a different identity. Let's take a look at these teams. The Dallas Cowboys and Atlanta Falcons. Break it down for us.
Yeah, definitely different identities on this one. Atlanta Falcons, most noted for their Andre Rison, Chris Miller, back and B, launch it. And then a little bit of defense with Andre Rison there. And Dallas, more known for their running game with Emmitt Smith and kind of an average defense. And, maybe a good wide receiver with Novacek. But other than that, you kind of have to small ball with the Dallas Cowboys. So great players here, though. I will say Viking Mo versus P. Titterai. Great matchup here.
Pete Titterai and Viking Mo, and we've got a cover catch already to Calvin Martin, 2nd and 11. Excuse me, 2nd and 1. 2nd and 11. What is wrong with me? It is late. Bottom hash mark.
We don't have enough time to discuss that question, but we'll just talk about the game.
Nice first down. Running at Sanders right away, of course, the best defender for the Falcons.
Yeah, not the highest defensive guy. I think he's got 56 interceptions, if I recall right, but he's got some great speed, so he'll be manning him for probably, I would say, most of the game.
Nice run here by Emmitt Smith down to the 36 and out of bounds. First down, Viking Mo.
Viking Mo with a nice run there, taking it down to the 35-yard line. Good to see that right off the get-go.
Pete Titterai sitting on pass 4 here, 2nd and 10.
Yeah, he's in his head already. We'll see. And you just got to go right back to it.
Oh, did him dirty.
Got a couple of wide receivers open here. Decides the quarterback.
Big Booty Aikman with the juke and the tap. Look at him go.
Oh, 2 to 3. Yeah, I'd love to see that. Real, big tappers here, tapping as fast as they can go.
3rd down and 1. Here comes a motion play. And right up the gut goes Emmett. And the taps, but not before the marker. And 1st and 10 for the 20.
Yeah, all he needed was a first down there. So he runs for the middle, looking for some bonus yardage if he can get it. Sometimes you get some bonus yardage because of a bumping a defender coming a drone and tapping you away, but got all he needed and still dinking and dunking here.
Well defended there, only 5 yards.
Everybody
on the
open.
ground. Wants to get it done with Big Booty Aikman just short of the marker and now running out of room, getting close to the end zone.
Don't see a lot of guys running up on that play on that pass too yet. Everybody open, so I'm not sure if he had a read there or if he was just going for a quarterback sneak, but here he gets the first down anyways.
Very nice run. 1st and goal from the 1. Mike Gann on defense. Smith, no trouble into the end zone. Touchdown, Viking Mo.
Pete Titterai making sure he didn't do a lurch there. It looks like he took a defensive lineman, couldn't rush right in. He went up to try and bump a guy and got flattened, so left it wide open for Emmitt Smith to run in for a touchdown.
Extra point is good. 7-0. Viking Mo over P. Titterai.
So Viking Mo doing what he needs to do, which is score and take with his first possession, taking it down the line there. And now we give P. Titterai a chance to answer back.
Bad Moon rising out to the 9-yard line. Not a whole lot of running room. And a first down and 10 here. No surprise here. We see quite a bit of run and shoot in the playbook.
A question for you. You probably have seen Pete play a bit. How often do you think he does back and B in this game?
I would say not very often, maybe third down.
He's not a big JJ guy, so I think he can do it if he needs to, but I picture him just kind of running the ball, throwing where he has to. If he runs out of time, then he'll throw a JJ, but I think he just does his game here.
Yeah, I think he'll take his shots, but for the most part, and I think conditions will play a part in it. If you get a Collins or Rising and excellent, or even good, that can change how the game gets played.
Yeah, and then maybe if he takes a quarterback sack and gets a third and long, he'll then therefore go for a back and B. Here
Speaking of Miller time, up to Johnson, Tracy Johnson with the drop. Welcome to the second quarter. 7-0 Viking Mo over P. Titterai, who has the ball. Sorry, is that Bruce Sart? I'm sorry, did I mix it up with a different? Or was that Johnson? I don't know. I don't go to the bench for this team very often.
I think he threw it to Johnson and it was incomplete.
Oh, okay.
There.
Yeah, it was straight. Oh, you know what? I don't keep a script up or a book, or it's just all off of memory. So just trying to.
Yeah, you do a nice job with that. I will say I tend to rely on at least something to try and get that. But sometimes, on the top they'll actually tell you who they're throwing to. You gotta look for it though. Did you get that?
I did. Well, the last name is what it clues me in. I'm like, oh, what's his first name? Oh, so someone's going deep here.
Yeah,
I think Rising's up top here. Yep. Bad Moon. Is it Miller time? Going. Defender was there, and P. Titterai decision time, 4th and 10 on his own end. He's going to punt it.
One thing with Ryzen is he's got the fast maximum speed too. So with other receivers, he might have had good timing on that. With Ryzen, you got to throw it a little bit sooner because of his fast speed and getting down that field. So that ball thrown a little bit too late.
Good control from Novacek there by Viking Mo just to get out of bounds and manipulate those blockers, not get taken down the field. You always have that risk of a fumble on that end. So
yeah, always good to play it safe and make sure. I tend to do that myself, and sometimes it works out for me and sometimes it doesn't. It's just the game of Tecmo, for crying out loud.
Game we all love.
And hate.
Weak side open formation, bottom hash mark for Viking Mo.
Oh, I love this play. Let's see if he can do anything with it. No,
he did Jack Crab. 2nd down and 9.
Yeah, I think he was thought maybe Ryzen was cut to the bottom a little bit quicker than he did. Snuck to the middle, but Ryzen cut back and stopped him. So great defensive play by Pete.
Nice completion of Jay Novacek on pass 2, and he's up past the 23-yard line. 1st down to Viking Mo.
Letting the clock tick a little bit here. He's got plenty of time. Just wants to make sure he doesn't give any time back to Pete if he does score quick.
Sweep down to Smith. 40, 45, and out of bounds at the 46-yard line. 1st down, Viking Mo.
So already nearing towards field goal range. A little bit more needed, but now he's in the driver's seat with at least getting points on the board before the half, with already being up by a touchdown.
Completion underneath to Irving and out of bounds at the 43.
Good old pass 4, Red Gun Z slant. Love that play too. This is a great playbook, I gotta say. I love it. Just loving this playbook.
Just look at it. Call pass 1.
Loving it. Yeah, it's traditional. You're not going to really fool anybody with this playbook, but one of those things that I will sometimes go with a more familiar playbook because I'll make less mistakes. I'm not trying to fool anybody. I just don't want to make a mistake myself.
So I'm going to just put myself out there so people can laugh at me. I just noticed something. If you get an incomplete pass to the other side of the field, your hash mark position changes.
I believe so.
That's funny because that's not how it is in the NFL. Torrey Epps with a sack. 4th down and 7. More things to learn about Tecmo here.
I believe that's correct. We can watch again and confirm that, but I believe if you throw it right, it'll move your hash mark. And if I'm wrong, well, I don't really care.
Yeah, well, that's the quality of broadcast you get here. And Sanders gets through and stops the man. Wow.
You don't see that very often either. I'm not sure what happened there, but Viking Mo, if he's watching, can kind of let us know if he didn't get the arrow lined up right, was taking more time, or if it hit a button malfunction.
That was like a flawless victory, fatality type moment that had that kind of feel. The Hendricks across the formation, run 3 for Rozier, and good drone support, only a couple yards there, 3rd and 4.
Viking Mo not known to be missing field goals as far as I know. So curious as to what happened on that one. I mean, he's been offline for a while, but playing in this league now. So I would believe that he's used to the leg with Tecmo and online play. So
I wonder if he dropped his controller.
That could happen too. I don't know. Normally, if you're tapping real fast, you could drop it, but on a field goal, that's usually not a problem.
Bad moon. He's got him in the end zone. That's a touchdown, JJ style.
Going back to our great commentary of how often will he go back and be, not very often. I think this is at least the second time he's gone there deep.
I'm just gonna adjust your levels for a moment there.
Yeah, turn it up a little bit if you could.
I'm gonna turn you down. People are sick of you.
Oh, come on.
This champion just won't stop squawking. No, just kidding. 7-7. P.J. Dry even in the score here with Viking Mo.
I find the later we broadcast, the more fun we have.
Oh, my gosh. I'm completely sober, but doesn't mean my brain is working. Here comes Irvin, the playmaker. Not making
one of them.
Well, maybe one back and be here. I don't know if he's got the speed. I don't know if he doesn't put Emmitt Smith at the outside. I thought that might have been an advisable moment there. But
you want to go to Novacek. It's picked here, so he probably could have just dumped it off. So that's probably why he went with that play.
Well, welcome to halftime. 7-7 your score. Trojan with Darthrockman here on the Retro Sports Gamer channel. We're glad you're with us here in the final week of the regular season, week 6. Perfect strangers. So, back to the action. Why don't you break down what we saw in the first half?
Man, that was so long ago. What do you think we're doing good broadcast? You saw one guy score and the other guy score. What would you like me to recap there?
He's not the best color commentator for nothing, folks. Steve Bruce started off in his end zone to the 11 and taken down. First down for P. Titterai.
Well, we all watched it here.
Risen's in good, by the way. So was Miller. So it's definitely Miller time. Crack him if you got him.
We'll see where he goes with. We predicted in the first half that Pete would not do a lot of back and B. We'll see if now that it's a tie score still.
Well, he's on the right end of the field for it because it's really hard to cover that much real estate on the back end. And, of course, as we know at that point, Hendricks does not have the INT to challenge this combo right now.
No, he doesn't. Of course, Miller doesn't have the greatest pass control either. So, I mean, who knows what could happen if you do throw it, but it's a relatively safe play if you're throwing to Risen.
4 yards on first down for P. Titterai. Here's the pitch to Rozier. Makes a nice little juke, but really nowhere to go. Doesn't have the tap advantage, and the drone was there anyway. 3rd and 6.
Probably hoping he's taking Hendricks on that play, but he took the safety and relatively easy play on one.
He's going to Risen crossfield on a called play, and it's deflected, well defended by Viking Mo, which expected a punt here probably.
Yep, had a drone there, and then he also went there and had double coverage. Good position short of the wide receiver.
Oh, he's going for it on his own end. 4th and 6. Risky by P. Titterai.
Gutsy play here. Viking Mo thinking about what he wants to do. He's got the whole playbook here, which is being that it's 4th down and I'll say a short 6.
Jones on defense, and now we're looking at probably going for it all here. Makes more space, and he goes to Bad Mood Risen, crossfield all the way. Covered catch in the end zone, touchdown, just like that. Screw the down and distance. We're going to throw 100 yards and get a touchdown. It is Miller time.
I did think that maybe he was going to try and fake him out because he had the running back. Is it the running back 2 that goes, short but a little bit longer on that play? Could have faked the rise and gone there, but decided not to and went for it all. So, hey, risk-reward type play, so good for Pete.
Well, here we go. So what you actually end up getting is the RB1 comes out the side and then goes a little bit deeper eventually and then stops. And then you have the RB2 underneath that has that quick curl route.
Okay, so then he had RB1 wide open on that play. So, sometimes the defenders will come back and
RB sounds delicious right now. They've got the meats.
I'm pretty full, but thanks for offering.
Right.
That's great.
So another pass forward. It's not called this time. Aikman, plenty of time underneath to the playmaker. Michael Irvin out of bounds at the 20-yard line. And first down, moving the chains here. Viking Mo trailing. Peter Rai, 7-14.
Defender had to play the deep play. He was open there, so he dumped it off to wide receiver 1 there for a first down. So good play by Viking Mo.
Pass 2 is the call. We haven't seen that forced burn attempt. And Aikman just keeping it on the ground. So 3rd down and 4 after a QB scramble.
Yeah, had everybody open, but he also had the middle linebacker, I believe it was, blocking his pass to wide receiver 1 across the field. So in that case, you got to sometimes take the quarterback sneaker, throw it to the bottom receiver going short. But here he gets another quarterback sneak for a first down.
Peter Rai doing a good job just making sure he doesn't get beat over the top. He's going to make Viking Mo go the full distance here, although he does get bumped off, and now here comes Smith, Emmitt Smith, with a nice run, 30, 25, 20, and out of bounds, or taken down, let's say, at the 20-yard line. 1st and 10 for Viking Mo, looking to tie this thing up.
Engaged his drone there on that run 1, but then another drone came by and bumped him off his guy and had to play a little catch-up there. So
Cold pass 2, Peter Rai had his defender in the perfect spot. It's probably better that Viking Mo actually had that deflected.
Here's our favorite weak side open play. This is what can happen if you don't play it right.
And we get a house call touchdown, Viking Mo through Emmitt Smith. And it was a nice run. There really was no challenge there. And it's 13-14.
Don't know if Pete meant to bump there. He did bump the bottom guy, which some guys like to do to see if they can free an individual up. Or if he just got caught in traffic there. I'm not sure. But anyways, he got put out of the play and a score for Viking Mo.
Obviously, it's a high risk reward. If you get the bump, and if you're at a tap disadvantage, that's a good risk that close to the goal line, because if you get blocked, you're going to give it the touchdown anyway. But 1st down and 10.
Yeah, if you're this close to the goal line, big deal. You let him. You're that close anyways. He's probably going to score at some point. But other guys like to play that play safe.
Overthrow, redirect there.
Yeah.
Well, let's see if Ryzen can do some work, although Rozier with the run 3. Nice run, actually past the marker. And now with the tap battle win there, maybe the drone bump. But Rozier has a nice run already into Dallas territory and out of bounds at the 49-yard line. 14-14 as we enter the 4th.
Miller's 9-10 tapping battle there, so these guys can both tap faster than that. Not sure what happened there. Andre Rison,
I think it was a drone bump. Yeah, bad moon. And oh, man, that's going to be tough. Although, I'll say this. He's close enough to the end zone right now that he could find himself out of room in like 3 seconds.
Yeah, if he throws it too late, he will be overthrown. That's what we kind of talked about in one of his first JJs that was failed. He's got to keep that in mind now. Great receptions, but great speed too. So I count for both.
All right, so back to the action. Here's the shotgun formation from the bottom hash mark. Oh, he's got him up top if he wants him.
Just going to go. He's going to launch it. Nope.
Oh, well.
He's using it as a decoy.
Viking Mo is respecting Ryzen so much that Peter Rai was able to run unabated there. And he's got good conditions, so he's scrambling around like he's Boomer Esiason back there. And there's a quick burner. He's got the diving grab to Ryzen.
It didn't even look like he was in.
But he is.
Just enough. The ball crossed the plane.
And if you're Viking Mo, I mean, you did everything right there. That was a perfectly placed ball. And nothing you can do about that. So Viking Mo just going to have to keep answering score for score and hope maybe for a turnover or a called play or something.
I was going to say he scored too quick here. He could have kind of milked that a little bit, but it's possible that Viking Mo will score too quick, and Pete Titterati might get another JJ attempt with Ryzen. But yeah, we'll just see what happens here. This could go either way.
Somewhere Joey Gatz is losing his mind because he loves those types of plays.
He loves the finish on those types of plays, and I think it's because he's won so many times on those. I actually feel bad when I win by those types of plays. I get over it, though.
Yeah. The Tecmo giveth and the Tecmo giveth away. Nice completion to Calvin Martin for a first down. Not a bounds. Back to the same play.
Got everybody open except one guy.
So 3:04 of
Tecmo time.
Second down and 3. Weak side open. Some success so far from this play. And we got a chop block in the mix there. Did not get the block he wanted, though, and ends up getting taken down, but not before the first down. First down and 10 from the bottom hash mark. Back to that play.
That's the safer type of defense. You can see he's waiting for his drones to kick in. Sometimes if you play it right, you can only give up 3 yards on that play with that. I think he gave up a few more on that particular play, but you don't always have to bump to defend that play if you can't out-tap.
Well, this time going back to calling pass 4 and back-to-back because he's testing the waters here. Pete Titterati rushing in. He's got Irvin. Zagging. Buying time. And finally taking the touchdown. So plenty of time for Pete Titterati to answer, and I think you may have hit it on the head here.
Yeah, I alluded to this in the beginning with that much time. Viking Mo was trying to, do some run plays and milk more of the clock. But that's why Pete went in there and blitzed. He's like, if he scores, I don't care. I have Ryzen. I'll have some time left, and I'll get the ball and some time on the clock, and I can throw it to my money makers. And he's in good position right now, so probably a good play on his part.
All right, well, 1st and 10 here with 1:20 of Tecmo
time left. I don't know who's talking.
Right? Yeah, it's indistinguishable.
Yeah, it's like a mirror.
TTL tournament games Flash 80. Flash 80.
You should do a Flash 80 impersonation and see what we get.
Dexter Carter. That's all I got. Johnson with the reception.
Well, for those that don't know, Flash 80 is a huge 49er fan, and Dexter Carter was at Tundra Bowl, and Flash was eating it up. So
Dexter Carter made it to Tundra Bowl?
I believe so.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it was cool. Well, here we go. Love to talk about Dexter Carter, but we got a JJ.
I think you're talking about Harry Sidney.
Oh,
you got to be kidding me! Oh my Lord! While we're talking about things that didn't actually happen, something happened in front of us. It's a touchdown. Pete Titterati gets that late game JJ. That's the hat trick for Andre Rison.
Yeah, that's just what Pete was looking for. So great play by him as far as blitzing in midfield. He goes in there and, left the guy wide open, but he didn't care. He knew he was getting the ball back, and it was a tie score at the time, or he was going to, be a tie score, and here he goes ahead. So good game by Pete. And by Viking Mo. They both played well.
Wow. Well, that was really fun to call, even though I got distracted with the impressions. But Pete Titterati over Viking Mo 28-21. Any closing thoughts here, Darth?
Just a good game. I like the strategy of these two guys and what they had to do. They both were a little concerned about tapping and engaging. But they both knew that they had different teams, different styles, and you had your little, I don't ever call this matchup. Not a big fan of this one, but it was a close game. So sometimes that's what's fun about these is you throw a game in here that you don't think is called real often, but yet they match up fairly well, and you just have to know how to play with these two different teams. And these guys played a good game, so hats off to them. Congratulations to Pete.
Well, thanks, Darth, for hanging out with us today. Thanks for everyone who's been in the broadcast. Stay with us. We got more content coming for you soon. And we're back. It's Trojan 1979 here on the Retro Sports Game Channel. This is the GBLAN Online Tecmo Super Bowl Tournament here 2019. It's Week 6. Perfect Strangers is the theme. Got a new color commentator for you Eric Kuhlman, DeRiddler. How you doing?
I'm doing great, Trojan. You ready to rock and roll here?
I sure am. Got a game between Purple Haze. He's going to try to feed some pancakes to Joey Gatz. Game blouses, possibly. We'll see. Every match.
Big one here for Joey right here.
Yes, it is. This is going to be make it or break it into the bracket action. So Cleveland Browns, New Orleans Saints. Playoff implications for this one. Break down the matchup for us.
Well, obviously, it's Cleveland's passing attack versus the Saints' running attack. I'll also be interested to see how they use the running backs for Cleveland. If he uses Mack and tries to get the extra hit power at tight end. Both linebacker fours in this matchup are the hit powers of the other person's tight ends, with Hayward for the Saints.
Mack out of his ends to the 5. 10. Purple Haze bringing it back to the middle of the field and taking down 1st and 10.
Looks like a pretty standard playbook.
Run 3 to open things. I know that Purple Haze is a big fan of run 3, 2nd and 3.
So he decided to go with Mack at the running back and Metcalf at wide receiver, get him some more speed at the receiving position.
Nice run for Mack already to the 39-yard line and a 1st down for Purple Haze.
There's not a ton of drones that I think Mack will be able to popcorn here on the Saints, but giving the extra speed at receiver could be big for him.
I didn't see who he's got in the lead blocker position. Could be Newsom. And taken down, so not a lot there. 3rd down and 5. Good defense there from Joey Gatz on 2nd down. Call play here. Goes up to Slaughter, gets the diving grab and a 1st down. You're going to get that with QB Browns from time to time.
Yeah, it just hurts. That was a big play there for Gatz. He had him double covered, did everything he could.
Another run 3. It's the 3rd one of the drive. And a nice dive, but not before a 1st down for Purple Haze.
Saints have a lot of options on defense, but nobody with huge interception numbers makes them a problem in this matchup.
And we got a covered catch to Slaughter over Joey Gatz's hands. Yeah, and he was still defended, but a 1st down. So QB Browns, his elite status at this tier being felt already. Kevin Mack on defense. Gatz
Webster Slaughter's name is really describing what's happening right now. He's slaughtering the Saints.
Mack back to the inside and in the end zone across the plane for a touchdown. Purple Haze.
Mack semi-truck piling into the end zone.
Someone's always trying to steal the hood ornaments off those things. 7-0. Purple Haze over Joey Gatz. His turn to respond, and he'll have Hayward try to do some damage as the best kick returning team in the game.
It would be a good trophy thing on top as a little Mack truck bulldog.
I like it. Hayward with a nice return so far, and looks like Purple Haze having the taps so far. So we'll see if the defense of the Browns can be effective against the running attack. 2nd down and 7. Not much there on 1st.
Okay, so we're going the offset playbook with 2 running backs here. To go right at Mike Johnson in middle field at the bottom, the Browns' best 2 defenders.
Johnson already on his back, tried to bump the defender and had no success. And here comes Ruben Mays down past the Ruben. 30, inside the 30-yard line.
Sweet Ruben Mays.
Sounds delicious. People have to do a food theme one of these weeks. Arrow trick. But the drones are there and incomplete. And down to 6 seconds of Tecmo time in the 1st. Back to the weak side formation.
Now with this play, he can run in with Mike Johnson or hit the bottom tackle there on most times. Looks like he didn't go straight forward.
Well, back-to-back, he tried to bump a lineman. And back-to-back, Ruben May is a huge gains. This one for a score from Joey Gatz. It's 7-6.
So far the theme is definitely setting up the way it is. We had a lot of covered catches with Slaughter for the Browns and the running games going for the Gats and the Saints.
Welcome to the second quarter, 7-7 here. One possession under the belt for both teams as we open the second quarter. Mack out of his end zone to the 5, to the 10. Versus Field to the 14, taken down. So let's see condition check time for the Browns. Hey, Pagel's in good. Look out, everyone.
So he does have Newsome at running back 2 there as the lead blocker. Metcalf at tight end.
Does give him some options as far as stretching the field. I do like that. Making the adjustments.
Thought we were going to have a full wood sighting there. It's always interesting when you got a full wood in play.
Fullwood, the former Green Bay Packer, and we were glad to be rid of him.
I was being perverted.
Oh, well, thanks for that. Well, that's why we bring you on here. This is our so for those of you that, just to frame this as Purple Haze is taking his time going through the lineups here. We do these recordings fairly late at night, and all of our brain power is spent on our day jobs and then our families, and then you guys get what's left. And sometimes there's hops involved in between all of that. So welcome back to the action. It's past 4. Trojan with the Riddler here as Purple Haze is locked up here with Joey Gatz in the second quarter of a Week 6 matchup. Near the marker, just short. Go ahead.
I work with teenagers all day. That's what I blame it on.
Toddlers, teenagers, they're all in the same category for me. They drain brain cells of the fully developed adults out there. Called pass 1, has Newsome underneath, and a first down out near the 30-yard line for Purple Haze.
Purple Haze is living on these covered catches so far in this game.
And there goes the auto dive. And that's about the only thing you can really... You get the QB scramble because you don't have the defensive advantage. And boy, a lot of cold passes here. And that time it is overthrown and not intercepted. So break for Purple Haze, 3rd and 7. Another call play. Are you kidding me? And this one is deflected at the line. So you may be looking at a punt here.
Yeah, Gatz has really been calling his plays quite a bit here. Hayes on the first drive survived through the CCs on those called plays. Now he's put in a tough situation here. Are you going to punt?
Purple Haze going for it. And another. Are you got to be kidding me?
Wow.
Going to Brennan. He's got the diving grab.
Are you kidding
kidding?
me?
Wow. First down. Purple Haze rolling the dice.
Wow. BB Brian Brennan there. Taking the shots with the BB.
Well, Mac with a nice run up the middle, so now finally balancing it out and hoping maybe if he gets something going here, maybe Gatz will have to come off the pass calls. One thing I would like to see him work in a QB sneak once in a while here. He does have taps. Underneath the Mac. And he has him out of bounds, but not for a first down. So getting closer is Purple Haze. Time is running down in the quarter.
Lots of options on this play again.
QB Browns with a nice scramble all the way to the 5-yard line. First and goal to the 6-yard line. Pass 1 is the call. And all the way into the end zone. Touchdown, Purple Haze on the legs of QB Browns, who has been a one-man show.
Yeah, he's been a huge difference in this game.
Pat Swilling, no rush. And it's good, 14-7. So, yeah, it's plenty of time to respond here, especially with this special teams unit. Hayward just out the edge of his end zone here. Past the 10. Past the 15. Gets a block, but a drone catches up, and he's taken down. We'll have 45 seconds here. 1 or 2 plays, and then you got to start heaving it.
Not a lot of speed, though, at the receiving core, or the guys that do have somewhat decent speed have no hands. Good move. Oh,
the drone does get to Joey Gatz. He does not let go of it, and now he's in a bad spot. 2nd and 25. This time just to run up the middle, another drone tackle. And a forced pass here, and is out of the reach, and that is the end of the first half. Huge break there for Purple Haze, getting that drone sack, because now Gatz had no chance to go deep. That's one of his strong suits, is to get those long passes. So Glad you're with
Yeah.
us. This is Riddler with Trojan 1979. I'm Trojan. That's Riddler, I should say. And Purple Haze giving the ball back to Gatz here after the half, but he's up 14-7, and that's where you want to be against the 3-time Madison defending champ.
Without having the taps there, the blitz was an easy play because you'd be able to catch Eric Martin before you got to the end zone. And so Gatz really was not going to be able to do anything there without having the ability to break his tackle and make some time for himself.
So Gatz with a decent return, obviously still in this one. A mix of conditions here, some good, some bad. But he'll have plenty of time to get down, and you got to think eventually the Purple Haze luck train. And no offense, that's part of the strategy of using QB Browns. But eventually you're gonna get a non-CC in a key situation. If it wasn't for that 4th down conversion, this could be a very different looking ball game. Back to it, Blaylock across the formation behind the runners, and the drone finishes him off. So Purple Haze getting some drone support as well.
Yeah, that play is a great play if you have the taps. If you don't have the taps, a lot of times it's pretty worthless.
4K doing it with his legs and past the marker. First down, Joey Gatz. So pass 2 is the call. John Forcade going across to Eric Martin, stationary, has the completion out past the 45, inside the 45, and a first down for Joey Gatz.
It looks like Gatz's playbook has definitely forced Hayes to take guys that he wouldn't want to take. Every time he's tried to take Mike Johnson, he's chose at the wrong time and got ate up. And I don't think he's taken Minifield yet.
First down again for Joey Gatz, who now goes back to pass 4. And gets Fennerty on the fly underneath near the marker and has another first down, back-to-back first downs for Joey Gatz on back-to-back plays. Offset I formation, Fennerty the lead back. It is a play-action pass 1. He's got the completion, but it's taken down immediately. 2nd and 4. Squeeze that one, didn't have a lot of room. This time he has Minifield and a good block here, and Hilliard takes it to the house. Touchdown, Joey Gatz.
I feel like the Browns are one of those teams that's hard to play defense with. Unless if you're a person that's one of those guys that can do the DB2 where you run in and dive, I think Cleveland, if you can do that, they can be pretty good because the offense at this tier is really good. And then that would limit your ability to take bad guys on defense. But if you struggle to do that, you can usually just run at them continuously, and it makes it very frustrating on defense.
Mac got to his 15 and taken down. And a condition check here for Purple Haze. Kind of get the feeling the way this has been going as the last team to have the ball might come away with the victory.
I wonder if I'll put Metcalf in at running back now that he's in good. That would give him speed and just use receivers as decoy and either run with QB Browns or run with Metcalf.
So far, I think he's gotten just enough with Mac in the arrangement that he's had. I think he's likely to keep them where they're at. Could be wrong. If he was playing a team like, say, Seattle, I think he'd have a better chance of maybe popcorning a few guys. But
he heard me in the broadcast.
Well,
booth.
I guess I'm fired.
I don't know why he's loving Brian Brennan so much. He's in average condition.
He must be related somehow. He is from Ohio, isn't he? Okay, so back to it. Single back formation. Purple Haze with the pitch. Metcalf and good. Moving pretty well here. And past the marker. Call play. And another covered catch. I mean, if you can't stop that, you can play correctly, but the game says I'm going to make the completion anyway.
Yeah, I don't even think that was the guy he wanted to throw to because he had the hot route guy open underneath.
So Metcalf again, and he's starting to get himself some yardage racked up here. First down and 10 for Purple Haze.
I think this really gives Cleveland a double threat here because QB Browns is so fast and he's still accurate.
Oh, he's got the diving grab cross field. He can do no wrong, can Purple Haze.
Yeah, Slaughter is just killing it out here.
Cross field to stationary RB2, and that's a completion to Ozzie Newsome.
The Wizard of Oz.
So Purple Haze, 3 straight possessions, 3 straight touchdowns. As the third quarter expires here, it's 21-14 as we enter the fourth quarter. Joey Gatz will have an opportunity to respond here. Hard to chew up an entire quarter, but this is the team that can do it.
See what the late, great
Oh, we got a fumble
no!
picked up by the Browns. Huge break for Purple Haze there.
Yeah, Purple Haze definitely had Tecmo on his side today.
Looking for preferably a second touchdown here, but even a field goal is huge right now. Just given the down and distance situation and another touchdown, so Joey Gatz no chance across the formation. Eric Metcalf in good condition. Walks in 27-14.
Yeah, New Orleans is in deep trouble here. They're not a quick scoring team by nature. Purple Haze getting it done. Taking advantage of the breaks he has and then mixing in with some really good play calling in different situations.
Well, out of the back of the end zone, here comes Hayward. Moving fast. I don't know if Stan Brock might be in good condition. So first down and 10 from his 21, and it's going to be deep time here. Basically every play. Going to Dalton Hilliard, cross the formation. And he had him, but he drops it. He was covered. 2nd and 10, but that was a well-timed throw. And you kind of want to get in on this play so you can play some defense and maybe have a shot for one more throw or two down the field. Eric Martin. And he's got him in the end zone. JJ, he is an expert at that. Joey Gatz showing off that skill. And we're back to a one-score game here with the extra point incoming.
And the skill in that is, throwing the angle there, the first DB is not in position to knock it down as well either. The angle was much harder for them. So excellent job there by Mr. Gatz.
And he's going to do a short kick here. Or look at onside really doesn't have much of a chance, but what it does do is it takes less time total away. So at least he has time to play a little bit of defense here. He's hoping for a call play.
What Hayes does here. Is Hayes going to try to milk clock, or is he going to try to move the ball down the field?
And if I were him, I would just dodge drones in the backfield. Ooh, Gatz did bait him. If I were Hayes, I wouldn't throw a single pass here.
Yeah, I think it's going to take a first down, though, for sure, to stop him from getting a Hail Mary chance. Unless you could take a shotgun and run, and then throw it. That might be the best strategy here.
And I think he heard you again, but it's called.
Oh, so did Gatz.
And so here comes the punt.
So what do you think he's going to have left? About 10 seconds?
Probably nothing.
Oh, man. The 3 times through.
Yeah, this is GG here. He's got to return it. Oh, you got to be kidding me. Oh, you got to be kidding me.
That 3rd time through, I thought you were going to be right on that.
Well, this is it. Gatz needs a touchdown on this play, and here comes Purple Haze.
He's got a blocker, though.
Okay, so he's able to free one up. So at least this shot will have a shot. Up to Eric Martin.
There we go.
Does he have it? Over his head. It was close. Purple Haze hangs on 28-21. And that does eliminate Joey Gatz from playoff contention in a back-and-forth game that take nothing away from Purple Haze, but certainly Tecmo was on his side, as you mentioned before. Purple Haze is playing well in this tournament and moves into the playoffs. Joey Gatz will be watching, hopefully, supportively from the sidelines, but great game, great tournament, both of you gentlemen. So, closing
I don't
thoughts
wanna
on this one.
discredit Purple Haze here, though. I mean, 72% with QB Browns, and 130 yards rushing. So he took advantage of the few times he got lucky, and he did what he was supposed to do there. So good job, Hayes.
Yeah, I just want to restate that, not taking anything away from you whatsoever. Obviously, you had, that's how the Browns play, is gambling with some CCs, and he played it to his advantage, and he got the stops, he got the turnovers, and look what, when you're Gats, you can't do anything about that. Obviously, that turnover at the end was huge, and that really led to the disparity that we saw. So, great game, both gentlemen. For Eric Kuhlman, the Riddler, this is Trojan 1979. Hang with us. We'll have the game of the week for you shortly. Welcome back, Tecmo Super Bowl fans. This is your host, Trojan 1979. We're here on the Retro Sports Gamer channel. It's Game of the Week, Perfect Strangers, Week 6. We've got a game between Thrash and Primetime, and I'm welcoming back for this broadcast my color commentator, Eric Kuhlman, the Riddler. How you doing?
I'm excellent. Game of the week. I got Thrash. I've played Thrash so many times online. I love get to see him and broadcast his game. And Primetime, I mean, who can go wrong when you got Deion Sanders there on the cover?
Absolutely. And I was just thinking about this. Have you done a game of the week broadcast with me yet? Just sometimes the timing of when I think you're more available at the beginning of the week when I start doing this, and I ended up going through all the different guys that contribute. Have you done a game of the week yet?
I don't know. I just know every time I broadcast, it is the game of the week.
Yeah, oh, I love it. You know what? And I might have to do a K Molnar broadcast with you where you crack the beer in reverse here just for tradition. But on to the action. This week's matchup, Perfect Strangers, opposing play styles between the teams that are in play. So Atlanta Falcons and the Dallas Cowboys. Why don't you break it down for us?
Well, I'm just looking at, when I heard I got Thrash in a game of the week here, I was like, man, must have a team he can throw some JJs to, and that's exactly what he's got. He's got Andre Rison, and we know he's the truth out there. We'll see how he does there versus Emmitt Smith for the Cowboys in the running game. Perfect strangers.
Victor Jones out of his end zone. Interesting, he doesn't have Collins or Rison back there with a 44 running speed, but go ahead and break down the playbook.
Well, it looks, again, he's going to do timing routes. I bet he has Rison at tight end, and based off what I see for pass 2 and pass 3.
Benny Hendricks on defense here for Primetime underneath to Sean Collins, and covered well and incomplete.
Okay, so we got Collins at wide receiver 1. He's one of the faster receivers next to Rison.
It's Miller time, surveying the field. And Bad Moon.
Bad Moon at tight end.
He's got him. That's a touchdown. Thrash.
Boom.
I see a Bad Moon Rison. I see a touchdown, and I see a 6-0 lead. Ken Norton Jr., no rush on this one. It's 7-0. So, Primetime. We'll want to shake that off and get back into the action here quickly. While Novacek sometimes can be the recipient of a play like that, I think you're going to see a little more balanced offensive attack here from Primetime.
Yep.
We got a fumble. Oh, and recovered by the Falcons. Get out of bounds, kids. First down and 10 for Thrash now. The problem is he can't throw an 80-yard JJ from the 20-yard line.
He's got 2 timing routes that he's really good at if you don't know how to stop him.
Going up to Rison, and he's got him again. Are you kidding me? Back-to-back touchdowns. Unanswered, gets one more. That'd be a natural Hattie. Andre Rison, 13-0.
If you don't get underneath the receivers and play under them, Thrash is really good at the timing routes. The only thing that seems to hurt Thrash is that, if you can get to stop him, sometimes he'll go on 4th down and kind of get himself there. But when Thrash is on, you can put up some points.
Tommy Agee out of his end zone. Imagine he may try to find the silence a little quicker. He doesn't. He's taken down, but he hangs on to the football. 1st and 10 for Primetime. Already down 14-0 here with 2:14 remaining in the first quarter. We got a called run. Nowhere to go. 2nd and 13.
So this is a playbook designed to go right at Deion Sanders. Atlanta doesn't have a lot of options that are good besides him.
Michael Irvin with the reception across the field from Troy Aikman and a first down for primetime.
You can take actually the defensive line 3 GAN and go in straight against run 3 with that play.
Smith with the reception in the middle of the field. Already, and as he's avoiding a fumble, gets out of bounds past the 50. So primetime starting to move the ball here. He can't panic. He has plenty of time. He will get the second half kickoff as well. Underneath the Highsmith, overthrow dangerous. Not intercepted, and 2nd and 10.
Yeah, Deion Sanders has a 56 interception. Aikman, I believe, is a 44.
And there's the
there's
interception
one.
coming into play. So Thrash
saying, I'm the real prime time here.
Remember, fighting words between players.
The house I built.
So what will it be, Dion? 15, 20 million? Both. I got to find that commercial.
Yeah, that would be a good one to put in the broadcast.
The internet is a treasure trove of retro commercials. So, trying to go to Ryzen again. He's got him. Wow,
again.
it is. Is this last week's matchup? JJ, CC's, and TD's. Oh my. 14-0 as we enter the second. Thrash threatening to go up a third score. Pitches to Rozier. Taken down inside the 40.
Rozier
2nd and 7.
always seems to fumble at the wrong time when I'm Atlanta. I know the stats shouldn't be any different. It just seems that way with me.
He has a
Rise it
covered
again.
catch. Bad moon. Is there a team that's more uncomfortable to play with than the Atlanta Falcons? You never know what you're going to get. It's such an uncomfortable feeling to be with them sometimes. 2nd and 2. It's Miller time, getting it down with his legs, running towards the sideline. He's taken down after a first down Thresh.
Trying to take Holt there, try to get a little bit more interception. Hendricks is only 44. Holt, I believe, is a 50 or 56.
Run 3 is the call. Rozier near the sideline, 1st and goal. So from the 5, he'll try to do some damage.
He's just a 50, so it's only one click up.
Holt across the formation. Rozier trying to get into the corner. He's taken down. 2nd and goal from the 2.
This is a difficult spot for Dallas.
Pass 1 is the call.
Nice job on the blitz.
Breaks the taps. Has Rozier in the end zone. Touchdown. Thrash. And this is a thrashing, if I may say so.
I don't know if you caught the tap number there. Thrash usually taps around a 10. I believe Primetime's just about the same, usually when I've played them in the past. But that was a big play there.
I didn't catch the tap number, no.
Is typically Thrash, like I said, is usually a pretty solid 10. Primetime seems to be a 9 or 10, and maybe it was one of those situations there where the slight difference made the tackle break.
Tommy Aggies return out to the 25, 26-yard line. And here comes Aikman. He's got the burn route. Interception last time he went to him, 2nd and 10.
See, and that's if you're going to run the quick burn route there, you want to put your fastest receiver, put Irvin at wide receiver 2, put Novacek at wide receiver 1, so that way Dion can't popcorn anybody anyway. So that might be an option to do if you're going to try to throw quick tosses.
Pitch up to Smith. Depends on the passing speed of your quarterback, too. If you got a guy that takes forever to throw it down there, sometimes it's actually more advantageous to throw it immediately because of the throwing distance is shorter.
Yeah.
So pitch up to Smith. Evan Smith gets a bump, and he's looking at a 2nd and 2.
This is crucial that Primetime scores here before the half. If he doesn't, it's going to be very difficult to come back.
Dive play to Smith. Has a blocker. Ran
Oh,
right
man,
past
nice
him.
move.
Gets the taps. Here he
12
goes.
to 10.
25. 10. 5 in the end zone. No, out of bounds at the 1. Does not want to give him an opportunity for a JJ down the field. He wants to milk it down as much as possible. This is risky, but a viable strategy.
Tapping doesn't matter. Everybody keeps telling me. I'm going to fight forever and say it does.
Primetime used to be an elite tapper and decided to stop caring about it. But when he has to have it, he can turn it on.
Well, that was risky right there.
So now he
Let
wants
himself get tackled.
So he believes he can score in 2 plays here. Run one's the call. In the end zone, touchdown. So this will make it unlikely that Thrash can do anything before the end of the half.
Yeah, I didn't mind them scoring 2 plays. It was the fact that he let him get tackled instead of running out of bounds, which is what I was a little concerned about. So that's interesting that Primetime used to be a Primetime tapper and decided to give it up, huh?
Yeah, I mean, we all get older too. So, I mean, you know, if you go through a tournament in your hands, you learn how to play without needing it, I guess is the point I'm making. 21-7, here's we enter halftime. A game of the week, Trojan 1979 with the Riddler. This is the Retro Sports Gamer channel. Take a moment here and like the channel. Like the video if you would. Leave a comment after. If you're in chat, let us know. If you're enjoying the broadcast so far, this is the last week of the regular season. Perfect Strangers. Thrash is up 21-7 over Primetime.
And a full halftime. It's been a while since I feel like I've seen a full halftime. She gave us a little wink there at the end.
Appreciate that. Both players gives us a chance to kind of break things down, take a breath, scratch something. First down and 10 for Primetime. This will be a run 3. Pitch to Smith, only one blocker. And looks like Sanders gets crushed. Emmitt Smith with a nice gain to the 31 and a first down. Back to back. Sanders got crushed last time. This time he's got some drone help. So only 3 yards, 2nd and 7.
That's the one play that he has with Highsmith there. You can see the difference in acceleration between Emmitt and Highsmith. But it's a good play to do an early down. Now it opens up everything. You can run with your quarterback for a first down. Things like that.
Play locked in for Primetime. Thrash locks his play in. Here's the run 1. Gets behind, but gets blocked. Well, there's Novacek with a key block there.
Here it is again.
Another tap and a zigzag and taken down inside the 30. First down for Primetime.
So it looks like Primetime's consistently getting 12 when he knows he's got a situation for it. And Thrash is at 9 at that point.
All right, so here's the run 2. And there goes Alonzo Highsmith.
Got some drone help there.
Alonzo Highsmith, a weapon that gets underutilized in this version. So, 2nd down and 8.
Yeah, I definitely like to give him a run, the run 4. I just don't have a lot of success with the single back.
He's got the burn around. I think he's got him. Oh, the drone is there for the deflection. If that didn't happen, it should have been 6. 3rd and 8. And here is the pass 1. Aikman trying to get there with his legs, now looking at 4th and 4. He's got the run, and he's got the touchdown. A risky call up the middle, and he gets it for 6. Emmitt Smith. And we're looking at a 1-score game here with the extra point coming.
Yeah, and then being down 2 scores made it to where he had really no choice but to go for it. That would have been in the first quarter. We might have been, and the run came afterwards. You could be looking at a field goal there instead of a touchdown. So in a way, it forced Primetime into a situation where you end up with a touchdown. Now we have a 1-score game.
Victor Jones puts it on the ground. We've got traded fumbles. The Tecmo gods have honored both players for their halftime participation.
21 points unanswered, possible.
Smith all the way to the house. And just like that, we've got 3 touchdowns unanswered for Primetime.
I remember when Emmitt Smith scored 20-some touchdowns in fantasy football. He's doing it again.
Kick is up. It is good. 21-21.
We used to do fantasy football Tecmo. It was awesome. You draft players and you simulate the season. True nerdsome.
Well, just wait till you see the Tecmo Coach Mode Championship broadcast. 1st and 10 for Thrash. Who must be reeling after that sequence, but despite all that, he has a good Sean Collins, and he has the initiative here. If he puts points on the board, it'll be Primetime's turn. 46 seconds of Tecmo time here in the third. If you're excited, let us know in chat. We're glad that you are watching with us here. This is Trojan with the Riddler. This is the Retro Sports Gamer channel. Week 6 of the regular season playoffs start next week. So if you're enjoying this broadcast, you haven't liked the channel yet or subscribed, please do so. Want to keep you in the loop with everything that's going on. So, Floyd Dixon and Excellent, he'll probably make the field with those stats.
Should take out George Thomas or Michael Haynes here. We'll see which one he decides to do.
There's just something about having an excellent player and having all of that rushing power and just being able to change the direction of your player so much quicker.
Yeah, I never really thought about it like with that part. I just always thought about the max speed and the receptions. But that makes that's a great point there, Trojan.
So it's Miller time. Top hash mark, single back formation. Hendricks on defense. The run 3. And gets 5 yards. I think you wanted a little bit more on that play in that situation. Primetime on fire here. Probably feeling a little bit invincible at the moment. And getting a short, so huge third down coming up here for Thrash.
What does he go to?
Well, we'll find out here as he calls a play from the bottom hash mark. I keep guessing, and I keep guessing incorrectly. Over the top. He's got him. Floyd Dixon.
Look at that rushing power right now.
And doesn't get the task, but gets a huge gain to the 19. And a first down, 21-21 as we enter the fourth quarter in Game of the Week. Thrash in primetime, doing battle. Perfect Strangers is the theme. And we've seen some strange things so far. So Steve Broussard, the runner.
Primetime's done a great job with Hendricks stopping running play 3. It's really forcing Thrash to live on that deep ball, but it's been successful.
Pass 4 is the call. Here comes Miller. Wanting Risen. It's deflected. I think he forced that.
Yeah. I don't know if he'd have been able to cycle down to the bottom in time without throwing out the end zone. Here comes the jump.
Yeah, this is going to be a definite JJ attempt here. He's got him. He's got a touchdown. That's Thrash Ball 101. JJville to Under Eisen for the hat trick.
Don't call me Cressy.
That's the wrong quarterback. You're thinking of Jim Everett.
That's Jim Everett.
28-21. That's all right. Yeah, it's Miller time. It's Bad Moon Rising, and it's a 28-21 ball game. This has been fun to call. Greg Davis boots it to Tommy Agee out of his end zone. To the 5. 10, 15. Approaches the sidelines, taken down. No fumble. 1st and 10 for primetime with 3:42 Tecmo time here in the fourth.
He's really been trying to stretch those kick returns out with that. It's really risky. Burn him one time.
Pitches to Smith near the marker. 2nd and 1.
I think you got plenty of time. You want to run the ball anyway because you don't want to give Thrash some more JJ opportunities to come back again and score if you do score.
Smith with the marker to first down. And just trying to take some time away here. Does not want Thrash to be able to respond. Here's the run to Highsmith for the second time. Decent gain, 5 yards. Runs directly at Sanders. He's going to go right back to it, or he's going to do the run 3. So, all right, so it's back to Highsmith. He's got the marker. and a first down.
One option you could do, especially against Atlanta, with that run one, he keeps getting caught right past the tackles. He could reverse it up and get the one-on-one against Sanders, knowing he has that 12-9.
Oh, he drops it.
Advantage.
Emmitt Smith drops it, and he had the auto dive. That could have been a huge gain. Goes right back to pass again. One. That's funny. He actually sought out the drone there. Doing his best Brett Favre impression. Now past the 40 and a first down for prime time. 1:57 remaining here in the quarter. And the game, if he doesn't tie it up. Call play out of bounds of the 40. Needs 6 here. Field goals will not do. Here comes Aikman, crossfield. He has Smith. Nice completion.
Oh,
nice cut past the first down marker. And
once
timeouts
it gets under
now.
A minute though, it's going to start running fast.
Yeah, Thrash already started to take timeouts. He wants some opportunity to respond. And that sub game that the tie-in players play as far as clock management, in addition to just getting points on the board, is a real thing. Oh, here comes Smith. Let's see how much time he wastes.
He's going to run out the one again.
And here it is. A dangerous game is being played. So, from the 1, first and goal. Called play. Highsmith nowhere to go.
That's always a scary part. Called plays. Defensive stats increase.
Dive play. Smith waiting. And finally takes the points. So, I don't think it took away as much time as he wanted. I think he would have liked to take another 30 seconds away or so. But this will still limit the chances that Thrash has to respond here. But he should get a chance to throw at least one pass down the field.
Primetime contemplated going out of bounds again there. But I think then in the last second he was like, 4th down, I don't want to do that.
So Victor Jones to the middle of the field, 13 seconds. If you get a call play, you can eat it and call again. The problem is that he's got so far to go. Collins isn't good, though, and you have Andre Rison. You got slow passing speed. So you have an optimal team here to do this with.
He's only got 2 plays to call, too, because of his playbook. And I would have called the shotgun ones and blitzed against the run and shoot one. Yep.
All right, so he's able to dump it there.
Call Red Gun Z again. And if he calls run shoot 1, splits up the middle with the linebacker. And even if Rison's open, you should be able to catch him by the time he gets to like the 10-yard line.
So maybe just trying to disrupt the rhythm is prime time.
He obviously didn't call this one. And there's what we saw, and he's got the tap advantage.
Oh, okay. So we got ourselves an overtime game here, folks. Primetime Thrash, Trojan into Riddler. And looks like Thrash will get the ball back. So despite Primetime able to kill that drive there, Thrash is going to get another shot at it.
Yep. Now this is where you got that lump in your throat if you're on defense.
Overtime rules. First points win. Points of any kind. The game continues until we have a winner. Top hash mark, single back formation for Thrash. And run 3 is the call. And looks like Primetime is maintaining that tap advantage, 2nd and 4. This one's called, goes up to Floyd Dixon. It's deflected. Probably the best thing to have happen there, considering we really haven't seen any picks here in this game, best I can remember. We got a couple fumbles in the game.
Okay, here comes the timing route. He's going to throw it to one of the 2 inside receivers.
You are correct, and Primetime was able to deflect that.
100% he's going past 3 here. 100%. It's his bread and butter. He's going to live and die with it. Or I'm going to be wrong.
Well, this is why I bring you on. Speculation. I don't know what the over-under is there. Well, you are wrong, my friend.
He's going to run down.
Ooh, boy, here we go. Oh, he was in the zone for maybe a dive, but the blocker got a hold of him. We got a first down for Thrash.
Thrash, I just don't know you as well as I thought I did.
Well, I'll tell you what, that's ballsy, because if that play is called, it's probably a 3% chance to convert. So Miller going up to Bad Moon. He's got the JJ.
Oh, no.
And he's got the end zone.
Game.
And he's got the ball game. Bad Moon with his 4th touchdown of the game. And Thrash walks off with the victory over Primetime. That was fun.
Yeah. I always like it when overtime ends in a touchdown instead of a field goal, too. So 182 yards rushing, though, for Emmitt Smith, but 292 yards passing for Chris Miller. Perfect strangers, perfectly wrapped up.
Oh, that was a lot of fun. Hey, if you enjoyed this game, you enjoyed this broadcast, please help us out. Give us a like. Share this video out on social media. Always trying to grow this audience. If you want to be able to play at Tecmo Online, we do tournaments yearly, sometimes more. But there's plenty of opportunities. There's a huge community out there for Tecmo Super Bowl to play online. We'd love to welcome you into the greater retro sports gamer and Tecmo community. So for the Riddler, this is Trojan 1979. Thanks for watching, and we'll have the scores up for you shortly. Take care.